Right, today we're heading out to Dharawal National Park. We're going to go out by Wedderburn, suburb of Campbelltown, which is southwest of Sydney. We're going to have a look at some of this interesting relic of its previous life that can be found out in the bush and no one seems to talk about.
Arriving at Victoria Road Car Park.
The monument here is to acknowledge the people who helped save this area from development. They did great work and now it's a national park and not a housing estate. This is the car park and it fills up a lot on the weekends and other day. You can see there's not that much parking here. Information sign. To the lookout, give an overall view of the area. It's quite a good spot to come out at night for wildlife. You know, especially at the car park, there's ringtails, brushtail possums, and you get a couple of books and tawnies hanging around here at night. In the day, it's quite a lot of birds. It's actually one of the best spots at the car park. You can see whipbirds. They're normally very secretive, but for some reason you can see them pretty easy at the car park. This is Jenga track. Not going down there today. It's a really steep track, the Jenga track, and pretty loose after all the rain, but it goes down to a nice swimming spot like a waterfall, bit of a swimming hole. It's very nice, and there's a big cave, nice overhang down there. Might do that walk another day, but when it warms up and you can actually go for a swim. Hares look out. We're at Hares Creek lookout. See, that's Hares Creek down there. The junction up there is Stokes Creek. In the distance is the colliery. Now over here, right, this is all army land. You're not allowed up there. And Hares Creek would be one of the best whitewater hack rafting trips you could do in the Sydney area. If it wasn't an army land, you're not allowed in there. But I'm told it's a really good trip down that gorge. It comes out the Woolwash at Aird's Campbelltown. If you start up higher, it's a lot more rocky and really overgrown. It's a bit hard to get through and spot. But we're going to head over the other side. Track goes up over that ridge and we'll come round behind over there. Right, on the walk up to our Hares lookout, I was talking about all the wildlife, and I just had a lyrebird run in front of me, and then there was a Azura kingfisher.
Track down to Stokes Creek.
On the walk down you may notice this little shed type building and you wonder what it is. It was actually to house measuring equipment for the water level. There's a water level gauge down below, we'll see a bit later on. Now there's nothing near but a table which used to have the equipment sitting on. Here, this is an old saddle which used to have a steel cable used to be attached, which went across the Hares Creek, and I'm guessing they used to have a flying fox on it. Now all we've got to do is cross the river without getting your feet wet. And this is a river level gauge. It used to be hooked up by wires up to that shed up the top. And it used to give you an accurate river height.
Stokes Creek is a great spot to cool off in summer.
Oh yeah, this is another one of these oddities out here. In the middle of nowhere, there's a weather station. Well, that's what it used to be. Right, when you get to the junction of 10B and 10D, we take 10D, which goes down a steep hill. 10D heading down to Hares Creek. You look at here, it's a big cutting come down here, so there's been some decent machines which made this, and we're actually going to go find one, and it's quite an unusual machine, how it's been converted from one use to another use. So we've still got a bit to go before we get there. That's a Hares Creek down there. Nice little waterfall here. There's a track up on the bend just up there which will take you down. It goes down to the creek, to Hares Creek, and there's another river level gauge down there, and there's some nice swimming, nice little holes. That's rather nice back there for cool off, a dip in the summer. Once we cross the creek, the track just goes rubbish from here. After some bush bashing, we managed to find this machine, which is abandoned in the bush. First looks, you'd think it's a bulldozer. Well, I suppose it ended life as a bulldozer, but it actually started life as an army tank and been converted into a bulldozer to build these trails around here, I guess. And when they finished with it, they just left it in the bush. You can see they've just added a blade to the front and this winching mechanism. There, get a better look. Very rude, no hydraulics, just cables. Lifts the blade up and drops it down again. See a bit more of the hull. Give a bit more idea it was an army tank. Someone might know what type of tank it was. And you see they just bolted onto the blade and everything just onto the side. Now, let's get up there. This is the inside of it. Had this crude driver's cab built on it. It goes around here. That's where the motor would have been. Got the steering stuff there. As you can see, the tank's not the only thing left in the bush.
The walk to the tank is just over 5 kilometres, mostly on fire trails.